there, because my iPad, so I can't record to the device. All right, let's try this again. All right. Move this a little bit back. Hopefully you guys can see me if I stand back here. All right. All right, let's get ready.
No, we can see you.
You can see me. Okay. So we were doing we were sitting and we were doing our heel touches. We've done those. Now, what we're going to do now, right? We're going to do this part now. You're going to come, so bring yourself into a shin box position. So that means you've got your right shin forward and your left knee is going to come around to the outside of your right foot, right? So you're here. All right. Now, from here, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to bring it, no, you're going to come down onto your right forearm. You're going to take your left hand and then bring it behind your neck. So you look like this, right? And then all you're going to do, you're going to take this top leg, pick it up, right? You're going to lift it up, kick it out. So it's going to stay, right, hovering. So you're going to bring it back in, lift it up, kick it out. You guys got it? Makes sense? Yep. Right, so we're going to do 8 more times. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now keep that elbow up so you're kind of looking up towards the sky. Now, what I want you to do here, take your left elbow and kind of angle it towards your right armpit. And then open back up. It's like a little crunch. And do that 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and we're going to open all the way back up. Now, from here, you're going to push up, right? Come all the way up to seated, and then switch it out here. So you're going to bring that left leg around, kick it forward, right? Bring that right leg up, so you're in a little boat here, and then drop your left shin across, lean to the left, swing that right leg around so you come to the shin box the other way. Drop down to your left forearm, and then you're going to take that right hand up to the sky, bend into your right elbow, put your fingertips behind your neck. So you're like this, and then here, we're going to lift up that left leg, kick it all the way out, bring it back in. You should feel this in your glute. All right, let's do that 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now push from here. You're going to really extend that right elbow up to the sky, and then we're going to crunch here. So you're going to crunch in, bring your right elbow toward your right armpit, open it back up. Six more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, open all the way up. Push yourself back up, and then switch your legs around. Right, so you're going to pick that right foot forward, bring that left foot out. And then here, you're going to drop both feet back to the ground. So you're sitting up tall. You're in that hook line again. All right, now, from our hook line, you can keep your feet on the ground like this and flip around here. Right, or you can lift them up so you're in full boat. You're going to take your arms up overhead, make a little fist here, right? It's like you're going to punch something. Keep your legs nice and straight. You just want to punch. You're going to punch to the right. So you're turning your whole chest to the right as you punch those hands out, right? Lift your chest, face your knees, take your hands up to the sky, and then turn your whole chest to the left, punch to the left, right? So you can do this with your feet up off the ground, or you can drop your feet to the ground, toes only, put your whole foot on the mat if you want to. Okay, so a few more here. Oh, do not know you were here. Halloween black cat's about to walk in front of the camera. Oh, no, just gonna go the other way. Okay, good. All right, 3 more each side. 3, 3, 2, 2. Last one. 1 and 1. All right, now let your feet come down. Push your belly to your thighs. Tuck your chin to your chest. Round out. Now we're going to come back up here. Come back around. Now, what are we going to do here? We're going to lay down on our back. So you're going to come down to your back. Take your feet straight up to the sky. It's like you're in a waterfall, right? And we're first going to take our hands, reach them straight up to the sky, lift your head and shoulders up, and just reach your fingertips toward your toes. I want you to hold here for 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now you're going to keep your head and shoulders lifted. What you're going to do from here, you're going to lower your feet. I feel like I'm not doing the screen. I'm going to try to do a little bit further back here. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to sit in the screen. So you're kind of in a little canoe here, right? Now, your canoe can be higher. You can lift your feet high. You can leave them all the way to waterfall if you want, right? What you're going to do, you're going to take your feet out wide, and then you're going to crisscross them. One's going to go on top of the other. It doesn't matter which. Open them back up wide. Take the other one. So you're just doing these crisscrosses here. All right, do it 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1. All right, now let your feet come down. Let your head and shoulders relax down. Take a little break here. Maybe hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Let your feet come down to the mat. All right, and then from here, we're just gonna do a little bridge flow. Wake up the back. So you're gonna press your feet into the ground. You're gonna lift your hips up off the mat. Right now, your hips are gonna come back down. You're just gonna tag them to the ground and push them back up. So you're not putting your entire body weight into the ground and resting your hips on the ground, but they're touching the ground as they come down, and then you're pushing them back up. All right, so just keep going here. Maybe you want to take your arms overhead, make it a little bit more. All right, or you can keep those hands at your sides. You can press into your palms a little bit, let them help if you need that. All right, do it 6 more times. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now let your hands come down. Let your hips come down. Sorry, take your hands to your sides. We're going to come back into waterfall here. Right? Now you're going to lift your head and shoulders up. Reach your fingertips forward again. Now you can stay right here. You can take your arms up to a T, or you can touch your fingertips behind your head. Right? Whatever feels okay to you. What you're going to do, you're going to start to crisscross your legs. They're not going to come wide. The last time we were taking them wide and then crisscrossing them. Here they're going to stay together, but you're going to crisscross them, and you're just going to crisscross them all the way down the ground. So your heels are hovering the ground. Then you're going to bring them back up. All right, so we're going all the way down and all the way up. You're keeping your head and shoulders lifted if you need to. Bring your fingertips behind your head. Give your neck a little support. Right? If you really feel like challenging yourself, you can keep your arms overhead or even out to the sides. Right? You're just reaching them straight forward. And we're going up and down 5 more times. 4 more times. 3 more times. Two more times. Last one. And then come all the way up. Now let your head and shoulders relax down. Take your knees, hug them into your chest. Now we're going to do one more thing with those feet straight up to the sky. Right, so you're taking your feet straight up. You're going to lift your head and shoulders. Right, and then all we're going to do here, take your right heel, hover it to the ground. All right, take your left hand, reach it up towards your right foot. Right. So did I say that right? You your left heel hover to the ground. You're reaching your left hand towards your right foot. If I said it wrong, do it the other way. Right, and then you're going to come back down. Right, you're going to let that left foot come up. You're going to drop your right heel down. Reach your right hand towards your left foot. That left hand's just reaching forward. Drop it down, pull it up. All right, so we're switching back and forth here. Reaching down, switching your legs. Head and shoulders stay up the whole time. Unless you need to drop them down, you can drop them down on the way down if you want to, and then pick them up as you're reaching. That makes it a little easier. If that's what you need to do. Do that. So we're gonna do 5 more each side. 5. 5. 4. 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. Last one. 1. And 1. All right, let yourself relax all the way down. Take your knees, hug into your chest. Rock from side to side. All right, we're going to come into floating table here. We're going to do our hundreds, right, and then go into our roll-ups. So you want to bring your feet right to that perfect floating table. Right, knees right over the hips, calves parallel to the ground. Feet flex, coming back towards your face. You're going to lift your head and shoulders up and reach your fingertips forward. Now, if you want to stay in this position the whole time, as we pat, 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 you can do that, right? If you want to make it a little bit more, then you're going to go from floating table to your feet straight up to the sky as we count to the count of 5. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Or if you really want to challenge yourself, start with your feet straight up to the sky, lower them to a 45-degree angle as you count to 5, right? So you can go between here and here, between here and here, right? Or you can just hold in floating table. You decide, right? I'm going to do the middle level where I've got my legs in floating table and I'm going to go straight up to the sky at the count of 5, right? You don't have to do that. You can stay here in floating table, or you can do the harder version where you start straight up to the sky and go to the 45. Right, you guys ready? Here we go. We're going to inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exhale. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Inhale. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Exhale. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Inhale. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Exhale. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Inhale. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Exhale. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Inhale. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Exhale. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Inhale. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Exhale. 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Inhale. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Exhale. 6, 77, 78, 79, 80. Inhale. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Exhale. 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Inhale. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Exhale. 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Let your head and shoulders relax down. Take your legs, extend them the whole way. And I'm going to kind of go at an angle here. I've got this weird. Okay, so you're here. Now, you're going to come up. If you can come up, right, just peel your head and shoulders up off the mat. My feet are still going to go off the screen, right? You want to be able to lean forward without your heels ever coming up off the mat, right? So as you go all the way down, and then you come all the way your heels stay. You can see my heels sliding back and forth, but they don't come off the floor, right? If that's hard for you and you look like this and you're trying to get up, you got to flail the thing around to get up, don't do that, right? Because then you're just using your arms and your legs to get up. We want to use that core. So if you can't get up without your heels coming off the ground, take one foot up, take both feet up, reach your fingertips up toward your toes, and then roll up in shape, reaching toward your toes, right? That's a dead bug roll up. You can do those, or you can do the straight ups. Fine, which is better for you. We'll just do 10. Okay? So we're gonna do 8 more here. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right, now lay all the way down here. We're going to do our spirals here. So that means you're laying all the way down on your back. Now, we're going to come up to the side. So I'm going to go to the right first because you guys will be able to see that a little easier. I'm going to take my hands over to the right. So I'm coming up, I'm sweeping, further over, I'm sweeping to the right. Now, if I need to, I can drop my right elbow down, push up, right, and then bring my hands over towards my feet. Right, and then you spiral down the same way. Maybe you can come down, just dropping your shoulder and then coming around. Maybe you need to drop your elbow on the way down. So now I'm going to do it over to the left. I'm sweeping my hands over to the left. If I can, I'm just coming up without ever dropping my elbow. If I need to, I'll drop my elbow on the way up or on the way down. So we're going over to the right first. Again, maybe you drop your elbow, maybe you don't. Keep your heels on the ground. If your heels come up, that means you need to drop the elbow. Right, as you're coming down, maybe just your shoulder drops, maybe your elbow drops. Down. Then you go to the left. So you go up and down the same way as you come up the next time. That's when you switch directions. Okay, so we're going to do 4 more. After this, we're going to do 4 more each direction. Right? So 4 more starting now. To the right. And to the left. To the right. And to the left. So 2 more here. Last one. And then come all the way down. Now as you come down here, let yourself take that nice big pencil stretch. You want to point your toes like they're the tip of a pencil. Reach your fingertips all the way towards the back of the room. Angle myself here again. Right, once you've taken that nice big stretch, take your knees, put them in to your chest. And we're going to do our little rock and rolls here. So I'm going to bring my hands to the crease of my knees. I'm going to rock up, trying to keep my heels from touching the ground as I come up. Right? Then I'm going to come down, I'm rounding down, trying to keep my head and shoulders off the mat as I come down. So coming up and going down. Trying to keep it nice and controlled, taking the momentum out of it. Now, if you need to, or I should say if you need to, if you want to, you can release your hands, right? And that makes it just a little bit harder because you don't have that extra to help you. If you need your hands to be behind your knees, bring them behind your knees. All right, we're just going to do 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let yourself go all the way down. Now let your head and shoulders come down. Hug your knees to your chest. All right, this time we're just going to roll to one side or the other. And then use your hand, push yourself up to seated. And then we're going to come around here. Now, as we come here, you're going to bring yourself into a down dog, right? But it's not like a yoga down dog. This is going to be a more kind of relaxed down dog. You can take your feet further back, walk them further in. You can take your hands and your feet further apart if you need to, right? So it's just a little bit more relaxed. You're just trying to get your body in that inverted V rather than pushing that down dog where our hips and our feet are perfectly spaced. Right? Because we're going to move our feet here, right? A little bit more forward. Make sure you see my feet in the camera. Now, you're going to take your right foot at first, right? And just flip that right foot over. So the top of your foot is pressing into that. Go right there for a couple breaths. And then flip that foot over. Now you're going to do the other side. Those left toes come to the mat. Hold there for a couple breaths. Now, flip back over here. Shift into the down dog. Into plank. I'm in this perfect plank. I got my shoulders right over my wrists. My hips just below my shoulders. Now here, you're going to do the same thing, right? Take that right foot. Drop it down. Your right foot's on the mat. You're pushing your palms away from the mat. Left toes are still tucked in. Hold here. And then flip that right foot over. Now flip your left foot over. Just hold here. Now, tuck both toes into the mat, and then push yourself back up into down dog, just for a breath. Right? Then you're going to shift back, come back into your plank. Right now, from our plank, this time I'm going to flip both feet over. So I'm here. Now, try lifting your hips up a little bit here, right? With your toes, the tops of your feet still down. You're not going very high, right? And then let your hips drop down to just below your shoulders. Do that 3 more times. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Just one more time. Lift it up. Lower it down so you're back in plank. Then flip your feet so you're back in your full plank. Push back into your down dog. Now, once you get to down dog, drop your knees down. Let your hips come over your heels. Let your arms reach long. Just take a child's pose. Let everything relax here. All right, now when you're ready, push up into tabletop. We're going to do a whole little sequence here. Right, and we're going to start, come into tabletop to start. That's probably a good starting place for us, right? And we're going to do our bucket kicks, right? So we're going to do a total of, let's do a total of 6. So 3 on each side, right? Now in the bucket kick, my right leg is going to extend, right? And then I'm just going to kick that left foot through. So it looks like this. Maybe you take the right hand. I'm dropping my right heel. Take your right hand and tap it, right? Or maybe you just keep that hand down. And then you're going to come back. You can come to full plank, or you can come to a modified plank or a tabletop where you're down on your knees. And then you're going to do the same thing. Left leg's going to extend long either way. Left heel drops. You're kicking that right foot through, taking your left hand, tagging your right foot, coming back around, right? So it could be like this, right? Or it could be more like this, a little slower. It could be just this. Let me get the rhythm down if I was doing this one, right? So it could be just like this. Down on your knees each time, but extending that opposite leg when you come up and down, right? So you find your place, do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right now, drop your knees down. You're going to let your hips come to one side or the other. You're going to bring yourself around to your back. All right. Now, from our back, we're going to do 3 V-ups. So that means my feet are going to stay on the ground. My arms are overhead. I'm not really in the picture, am I? And you're going to come up. So my feet are wide. I'm going to bring myself up, tag between my hands, come back down. Right? If you need to, if you can't get all the way up, without flailing your feet around to get up, then what you're going to do is you're going to take your feet up to the sky, right? Just kind of like a dead bug. As you drop them down, that's when you roll up and tag. So it could be this. If you can, it's this, where you're just keeping your feet on the ground. Coming up, right back down, all right? So do 3, your version. 1, 2, and 3. All right, now, you're gonna lay all the way down. Now we're gonna do our hip ups. So your hands are gonna come to your sides, and your feet are gonna go straight up to the sky. All right, so flex your feet like you're gonna step on the ceiling. You're gonna press into your palms, press into your shoulders and the back of your head. Lift your hips. You're trying to get your feet to go straight up to the sky, right? They're gonna kick a little bit back behind you, but try to do that as little as possible, right? So you're gonna lift up, taking your feet straight up to the sky, and then dropping your hips down, right? If I really kick my feet back behind me, right, I can go way up. But I'm not trying to do that. It's a little easier. You just want to go straight up. If you barely move, if you don't move at all, it's okay, right? You just want to feel that pull as you try to lift your hips. And you want to control your hips on the way down. Don't just let them slam down, all right? So do 3, 3, 2, and 1. All right, then you'll bend your knees. You're gonna roll to one side or the other. Now we're gonna come up here into a plank, all right? So I'm gonna go straight ahead because that's what you guys are gonna want to see. So I'm coming into plank, right? So now I made my way into plank. I'm gonna drop down to my forearms, one at a time, bring my hands together and interlace them. Then you're gonna lift your hips. So you're in a dolphin basically. You can walk your feet in or out a little further. That's to your comfort, right? But you're gonna push off of those toes. Let your shoulders come past your elbows. Push your chin past your thumbs. Then lift your hips back up. Push your shoulders back over your elbows. Tuck your chin, all right? So we're gonna do that 3 times. 3, 2, 1. All right, now drop your knees. Come back up. All right, so that's the whole sequence, right? We're doing those 6 bucket kicks. We flip around, come to our back. We do 3 V-ups, 3 hip ups. Then you flip around into plank and do 3 dolphin pushes, all right? We're gonna do that whole sequence 4 times through without stopping, right? I mean, we are gonna stop here. You get the chance to flip over and back, right? So you get a little break, but we're gonna do it much faster, right? And we're gonna try to do it 4 times through. So we're gonna start with those bucket kicks. You're coming either into plank or tabletop, right? And we're gonna do 6 here. I'll do them on my knees this time. Well, let me show you on the knees. On the knees, it's this. I didn't do that right. It's this and this, right? If you're doing it from full plank, it's this and this. All right, so do 6. Let's start now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, drop your knees, flip around, come to your hook line. So your feet are on the ground. You're gonna do your 3 V-ups. Remember, you can keep your feet on the floor, or you can take your feet up to the sky and drop them to the floor. All right, do 3, 3, 2, 1. Now, lay all the way down. Let your hands come to your sides. Now you're in that waterfall. We're gonna do our hip ups. We lift the hips up off the mat. 1, 2, 3. And then you're gonna bend your knees, drop them down, roll to one side or the other, bring yourself around into plank. All right, from plank, drop to your forearms, bring your hands together, lift your hips up to the sky. 3 dolphins here. So you're gonna shift forward, chin past the thumbs. 1 more, and then drop it down. All right, you guys got it all down, so we're gonna do it 3 more times. So we're gonna come, you're either in, I guess we're in the right place, you're either in tabletop or you're in full plank here. We're gonna do our bucket kicks. We're gonna do 6, 3 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop it down, flip around, come to that hook line, or you can start with your feet up to the sky if you're doing that modified version. 3 VX. Arms reach back behind you. 1, 2, 3. Lay all the way down, take your feet straight up to the sky. And then from here, we're gonna lift our You're gonna take your hands to your sides, lift your hips up off the mat. 3, 2, 1. All right, now you're gonna let your feet come all the way down, roll around, come into your plank. All right, and then from your plank, drop down to your forearms, bring your hands together, lift your hips, come to your dolphins, do those 3 dolphin shifts. 1, 2, 3. And then drop to your knees, come back into your plank or modified plank for your bucket kick. So we're gonna do that twice more through, all right? I'll try to do the version on my knees this time so you get it down. All right, so we're gonna do 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, then you come to your knees, let your hips drop, flip around, come to your hook line, maybe you're with your feet up to the sky if you're doing this, the modified version, otherwise you're just coming up. 1, 2, 3. All right, come all the way back down. Take your feet straight up to the sky. Let's do those hip ups. So you're gonna let your hands come to your sides. I'm taking them overhead. We're gonna lift our hips up off the mat. 1, 2, 3. And then drop your feet back down, flip around, come in to your dolphin. So you're in plank. You drop to your forearms, bring your hands together, lift your hips, shift forward. 1, 2, and 3. And drop your knees back down, come back up. Last time through it, we're gonna start with those bucket kicks. From plank or modified plank, we're gonna do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're gonna drop down, flip around, let your hips come to one side or the other, bring your legs around. You're gonna do those 3 V-ups, either with starting with your feet flat on the ground or taking your feet up to the sky if that's what you need. 1, 2, and 3. Come all the way down, hands to the sides, lift your hips up. We're gonna do our 3 hip ups, lifting your hips up off the mat. 1, 2, 3. And then drop your feet all the way down. Come around, come into your plank. From your plank, drop to your forearms. Bring your hands together, lift your hips, you're in dolphin. Take your dolphin shifts. 1, 2, and 3. All right, now we're coming down to the knees. Let yourself come all the way up. So, that was fun, right?
Oh,
All right. Now we're gonna do one more thing from plank, right? A couple more things from plank, and then we'll finish off with our stretches. But you're gonna come here, right? You're gonna take your hands, come into a plank. Now, you have your options here, right? So, we're gonna do either wide, skinny, and up, which means you jump wide, you jump skinny, you jump up, right? Little butt kick. If you don't want to do the jumps, you step, step, right? Drop to your knees, come back up. So it's step, step, drop your knees, come back up, or it's wide, skinny, up, right? You decide. We're going to do 10, okay? So find your spot. That'll beat it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or right, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let your knees come down, right? And then shift back into child's pose. All right, last thing from plank. Right, you're coming into your plank. More forward so you guys can see me. All right. And you can start on your knees, it's okay, right? Or you can start on your toes. But you're gonna bring your right foot forward, just touch it outside your right hand. Then bring that right leg back, step your left knee, left foot outside your left hand. Come back, right? This doesn't have to be fast, you can go at your pace, right? You can do it on your toes, here, here, right? Here, here. Just do 5 more wherever you are. If you're doing it from your knees or you're doing it from your toes. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And then drop down to your knees. Let yourself come back into child's pose. Ooh, I'm getting sweaty at the end there. All right, when you're ready, you're gonna come up. We're gonna make our way back into that shin box. All right, so you want your right shin forward. So you got your right shin forward, left knee against the sole of the right foot. Now here's what we're gonna do from here. You're gonna take your right hand, bring it back behind your hip. Take your left hand up to the sky. Push into that right palm. You're gonna lift your hips up off the mat. Reach those left fingertips over your right shoulder. Right, so you're here. Here I'm opening up the left side body. Take a breath here. And then maybe if it feels okay, start to sweep your left hand back behind you so that your chest opens up towards the ceiling and you look up at the ceiling. If you need to, you can just keep reaching over. Take one more breath. And then you're going to drop your hips down. Now you're going to take your hands, sweep both hands in front of you to the right in front of your right shin. Drop them down in front of your right shin. And then just walk it forward here. Come into your forward fold, your deer. We call it in yoga, right? Trying to get into that right hip. Keeping your hands or your elbows, whatever's down on the mat, in between your right knee and your right ankle. Other than that, if all you do is stay on your palms and you're just barely in front of your shin, that's okay. If you can get all the way down to your chest and your head, go for it. Take 2 more breaths here. And you're going to come up. Now we come up. As we come up, you sit up tall. You're going to take that left leg, swing it around in front of you, right? It doesn't even have to leave the ground unless you want it to, right? And bring it outside your right shin. So you want it in between your right knee and your right hip. Now, if that's too much, you can always drop that left foot in front of your right shin, and that's fine too, right? We're gonna take a little twist here. We're twisting to the left. So you're gonna bring your left hand behind your left hip, take your right hand, just hug it around your left knee, and then look over your left shoulder. Now unwind here, take everything back around. Unwind, right? Take your hands back behind you, lean back into your palms, so you look like this. And take a couple wind chippers here. Just opening up the legs a little bit. Let your knees fall to one side, bring them back to center, taking them to the other side. And from there, drop that left shin in front of you, right knee to the left, so you can bring that right leg around, and you're here in the shin box on the left side. Now your left hand goes back behind your left hip. You reach the right hand up to the sky. And first, you're going to push into your left hand, push into your knees, lift your hips up off the ground, and reach those right fingertips up over your left shoulder. Just hold right there for a couple breaths. And then if it feels okay, you're going to sweep that right hand back behind you and push your chest up to the ceiling. And then from there, drop everything back down. Both hands are going to sweep around to the right and reach right in front of your left shin. Drop them down in front of your left shin between your left ankle and your left knee. Walk it all the way forward. Again, you don't have to be down on your elbows. Maybe you're still on your palms. Your palm just came a little bit in front. Maybe you managed to make it all the way down. Good. Take 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, bring it all the way back up to your palms. Right, you're going to kick that right foot around. Again, it can just flat on the floor. It doesn't have to lift up unless you want it to. Bend back into your right knee. Drop that right foot outside your left thigh, ideally, right between your left knee and your left hip. If it needs to come in front of your left shin, you could be here. Right, same thing. But you're going to take your right hand back behind you, drop it down to the mat. So you're leaning into that right hand a little bit, taking your left hand, hugging it around your right knee, and taking your gaze over your right shoulder. And then when you're ready, unwind here, bring both legs back around. You can take those hands back behind you. Do another couple windshield wipers, maybe moving your feet a little wider this time, letting a hip lift to get a little bit more into it. If that doesn't feel good, then just do what we were doing before. Okay. We're winding it down. We're going to come to a stop here. And then we're just going to either lay down on your mat and take your feet straight up to the sky into your waterfall. Okay. Or if you want to do that full length of the wall, you have wall space, and you're just coming, putting your hip against whatever wall you have, right? And then floating yourself around so your heels come up to the wall. I ended up way far away from my wall when I did that, but I'm going to scoot, scoot, scoot until my glutes are against the bottom of the wall and my whole leg is on the wall, right? Get your feet up to the sky. This feels really amazing once you get into it. If it doesn't feel amazing to you or it's too hard to get into, right, then again, you can just be in the center of your mat with your legs straight up the wall, straight up to the sky. It's the same positioning of your body, right? Just when you get the leg support and when you don't. We're sending the blood from the feet where it pools all day back to our head and heart where we need it more. So it's good for us. Plus it's relaxing, a way to wind down after our vigorous practice. It's naturally lowering your blood pressure as you lie here. It's flooding your body with all sorts of anti-aging, anti-stress hormones. It's resetting your circadian rhythm. All good things happen when we get a little bit upside down. All right, now you can stay here as long as you want. When you're ready to come out of it, if you're here just on your mat, you're going to bend your knees, let them scrape along your face and body. Drop your feet down to the ground. Right? If you're against the wall, then you're just going to bend your knees till your feet are against the wall and then roll over to one side or the other into that fetal position. Either way, wherever you are, push yourself up to seated, right? And that is our Pilates for today. I think we made it through.
Yeah. Thanks, Paula. Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah, that was good. I went out last night with my friends and I ate so much food. I came home and I'm like, I didn't even drink, but I wasn't like, I'm like, oh, I ate too much, but I feel better today.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but it was a good birthday. It was a good birthday. And my brother's here and my mom, so we're all going to go out tonight with the kids and everything and have a little family celebration. But yeah, it was good.
Good.
Good as birthdays go. Much better than last year.
Okay, good.
So, all right. Well, I'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Everybody good for next Friday?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully I've recorded this and I will figure out how to get it from the cloud to the YouTube, but I'll send you guys the link later. And I might have to switch and do this all the time on my iPad now because I don't know what's going on with my computer. But thank you guys for being patient.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Sticking it out.
Thanks, Paul.
All right. I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.